Welcome to today's episode. Are you feeling manipulated, controlled, or drained by your mother? Does she always have to be the center of attention, or does she make you feel like you're never enough? If any of this sounds familiar, you may be dealing with a narcissistic mother. In this episode, we're diving into 100 signs to help you identify if your mother might be a narcissistic. Understanding this can help you start the journey to healing and setting boundaries. Sign number 1. She needs to be the center of attention, always. She dismisses your achievements, making them seem small. She criticizes you excessively and is never satisfied. She lacks empathy for your feelings. Sorry about that. She lacks empathy for your feelings or experiences. She constantly compares you to others to a negative light. She's controlling and demands you to meet her unrealistic expectations. She often uses guilt to manipulate your actions. She gaslights you, making you question your own reality. She expects you to prioritize her needs over your own. She dismisses your feelings and tells you that you are wrong or unimportant. And these are just the beginning of the signs to look out for. Narcissistic mothers can impact their children in deeply damaging ways. And identifying these patterns is the first step to reclaiming your power. The next signs is she plays the victim whenever you express your feelings. She makes everything about her, even her own struggles. She invalidates your experiences, claiming you're overreacting. She criticizes you in public, making you feel ashamed. She threatens to withdraw love or support if you don't comply with her wishes. Who does that? Just saying. The next sign is she expects you to take responsibility for her emotions. She ignores your boundaries, making you feel suffocated. She makes backhanded compliments to undermine your confidence. She tells you she knows what's best for you and ignores your autonomy. She demands constant praise and admiration for her actions. She uses emotional blackmail like withholding affection. And who does that? She rewrites history to make herself look like the victim. She triangulates, pitting you against siblings or other family members. And trust me, I'm a witness to this part. For real. She lies to make herself look good and you look bad. And this applies to me as well. She belittles your decisions and opinions to maintain control. She tells you that no one else will love or accept you like she does. This applies to me. She denies her wrongdoings and blames you instead. And this does applies to me literally. Because I'm going through the same thing with my mother as well, my narcissistic mother. She shares private details about your life without your consent. And trust me, guys, this happens to me all the time. My mother did the same thing. She give up people my private details without letting me know what is going on. Literally. And I mean that. She does that. She sets unrealistic expectations and criticizes you when you can't meet them. She refuses to acknowledge your individuality and independence. She expects you to drop everything when she needs you. And trust me, I'm a witness to that because every time I plan something, guys, and I'm going to say this, every time I plan something, y'all, and I mean this to the core, every time I plan something, I have something going on, she want me to drop what I'm doing to go and attend to her needs. Now tell me, does that sound okay to you? No. And the thing is, my things is already set, and what if it's something that is very important that you actually supposed to do? You see what I mean? Yeah. The next sign is she requires constant validation and appreciation from you. She expects you to fulfill her emotional needs at all times. She's overly dramatic and expects you to cater to her moods. She monopolizes conversations, talking about herself, and she does this too. My narcissistic mother does this too. She tries to take credit for your accomplishments. And this, guys, this happens to me too. She always take credit for things that I do and make it look like she did it when I'm the one that do it. Yeah. She disregards your dreams and goals if they don't align with hers. And trust me, guys, I can attend to this, because every time I start recording my the podcast, trust me, she always interrupt me when I am doing an episode. And guys, if you watch the episodes from season 5, 6, 5, and 4, you are going to hear her in the background. So yeah, so that's another thing, guys. She never apologizes, or if she does, it's always insincere. Trust me, she doesn't apologize at all. She does not apologize. My narcissistic mother does not apologize either. She's constantly comparing you to others to make you feel inferior. Guys, I go through the same thing with this, because my narcissistic mother, she compared me to other people. Oh, and this person did this, and this person did that, and yada, 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 yada. And this person, oh, this person. I'm like, oh, for crying out loud. The next sign is she has unrealistic expectations for your life choices, like career or relationships. Yes, guys, this does apply to me too as well. The next sign is she enters your room or personal space without permission. Guys, I can attend to this because my narcissistic mother does this. Trust me. She does this constantly, and things end up getting missing, y'all. Things end up getting missing, and the thing is, I have a lot of things that is missing and can't find, and she probably throw it away because I cannot find it. Even my clothes that she take my clothes and she throw them out. No joke, y'all. This is for real. The next sign is she constantly calls or texts to keep track of you. That's another thing what she does, guys. This is what my narcissistic mother does. She always calls and texts, and that tells you that that she's trying to keep track of you. You know what I mean? Yeah. The next sign is she forces you to share personal details about your life, and that's another thing too. She does this too. My narcissistic mother does this too. She disregards your right to privacy or secrecy, and this applies to me because she disregards my privacy, because there are things like photos that have been taken that I didn't know that was on her phone, and it was the Holy Spirit that told me that there's a picture on her phone that should not be there, and look what, and guess what, you will not believe what was on her phone, and she making up excuse. Oh, it's not her, y'all. Guess what it is, guys? Now, I was sleeping on the chair, right? Because I remember it was when I was working at Walmart. So in 2017, 2018. So because I was super tired, and I remember the day. I remember it. I said I was so beat and tired. So I said, you know what? I was sleeping, so I said I had to take off all my clothes, and I was naked, literally naked, and I had to lay on the chair because I was tired. And y'all, I be darned, while I was sleeping, and I never know this until the Holy Spirit let me know what the heck was going on, and that's when I know it was God. Let me know that that somebody took your picture. Your mother took a picture of you, and that's when the Holy Spirit led me to her phone on her email, and then she telling lies that she didn't do it when it came out of her phone. Her phone it came out of, and she put in and she's swearing to God and said she didn't she didn't take the picture when it came out of her phone, y'all. Literally, for real. So the next sign is she expects you to be available to her at all times. The next sign is she shows up unannounced, violating your space. Oh, this applies to me for really. She always shows up unannounced, violating my damn space. The next sign is she uses guilt trips to make you feel bad for not meeting her expectations. Oh, yeah. My narcissistic mother does this all the time. She's possessive and can't stand you forming close bonds with others. Guys, this happened to me all the time. If I'm at someone, if I have friends or other people, she want to sabotage it. She want to be possessed. She want to be possessed. She want to sabotage it. You know what I mean? And she tell people lies about me. And I remember, and I want to tell you this story time real quick. So I remember it was last year or the year before, one of the years. I remember. And I was at Dunkin' Donuts because that's a spot. Always hanging at Dunkin' Donuts. So to make a long story short, I met I met this girl. I used to work at Goodwill. That's another thing. I used to work at Goodwill. That was my other job before I had started working at Walmart. So I used to work at Goodwill. And one of the worker, I met a worker there who worked at Goodwill. And I never know that that the person working at Goodwill is actually there. I met up with her back. To make a long story short, we have a good time and all that kind of stuff and yada yada. We have a good time and you know and the thing is the person who me and the person have a great bond together, and her boyfriend now married, and you know all this stuff. And guess what? All because my narcissistic mother told her a bunch of garbage. Guess what? And then the friend who I told you about, she was still working at Goodwill, and guess what? She is a reason why my friend is not working as we speak. Oh yes, no joke. This is me being real, and this is actually what happened, and this is me being real because I want to let you guys know what exactly happened because I want to be honest with you because I'm all about honesty. I'm all about honesty. You know what I mean? So the next sign is she meddles in your relationships, often sabotaging them. Guys, I can attest to it because I do have an ex-girlfriend. My first girlfriend, trust me, she wanted it every time. And I know she was hearing my conversation because I was talking to my girlfriend at the time, my ex-girlfriend at the time, my girlfriend at the time, now ex-girlfriend. My narcissistic mother is a reason why, and I know she was, and I had a feeling she was listening to my conversation when I was talking to my ex-girlfriend. And then guess what? Make a long story short, well, she's the reason why, you know, I'm probably not with my ex anymore. So yeah, because she wanna be, and guess what, y'all, and y'all gonna be like, wait, what? So, I don't know how she got my ex's phone number. To be honest with you, I don't know how she got my ex's phone number. And I sure as hell did not give her my ex's number. I did not give her my ex's number. So, I don't know how she got it. She ended up calling my ex-girlfriend and said, oh, what are your intentions with my daughter? And she sabotaged it. So she sabotaged that relationship. And I have 3 ex-girlfriends. So yeah. So one of them, because of her. Second one of them is really because of her. And the third, probably because of her. Probably, yeah. The next sign is she discourages you from setting boundaries with her or others. Yes, this does happen. The next sign is she invalidates your emotions and tells you to get over it. This happens all the time too. The next sign is she belittles your concerns, making them seem insignificant. Another sign is she withholds love or affection as a punishment. This does happen to me. Every time I'm trying to give her a hug, she's just running back away and she's like, oh, don't hug me or whatever. This does happen. The next sign is she dismisses your mental health needs calling them excuses. Everything is excuses. The next sign is she never acknowledges your emotional pain or distress. The next sign is she neglects your needs in favors of her own. And she shames you for seeking help, for expressing vulnerability. Oh, this happened to me all the time. She always shamed me for seeking help. If I seek help, trust me, she shamed me to the core. The next sign is she's dismissing of your interests or hobbies. The next sign is she calls you selfish if you try to take care of yourself. And guys, and I can attend to this, y'all, because this happened. If my narcissistic mother always called me that I'm selfish, and being selfish and taking care of yourself is two different things. When you're taking care of yourself, is different from being selfish. She always called me selfish, like I'm being selfish. Yeah. The next sign is she ridicules your emotions in front of others. She never admits when she's wrong or apologizes sincerely. This does happen. I attest to that because trust me, my narcissistic mother, she never admits that she does wrong. If she does something wrong, she always blame me and say, "Oh, I did this," and then she don't own up to her responsibility and says, "Okay, I was wrong." My narcissistic mother has never said that, ever. Yeah. The next sign is she refuses to acknowledge her own mistakes. The next sign is she justifies her hurtful behavior as for your own good. The next sign is she projects her flaws onto you. She denies things she said or done in the past. I just said that not too long ago. She blames you for her own problems or unhappiness. This does happen a lot. She always blames me for things that is her own problem or unhappiness. She blames me for that, which I don't know what the hell is wrong with. Oh, for real. The next sign is she twists situations to avoid accountability. And this does happen because my narcissistic mother does this. She likes to twist situations to avoid accountability, to be accountable for it. The next sign is she doesn't take responsibility for the consequences of her actions. And this, I can attend to that because my narcissistic mother does not take responsibility for the consequences of her actions, literally. The next sign is she holds you to standards she herself cannot meet. I'm going to say that again. She holds you to standards she herself cannot meet. The next sign is she demands perfection while excusing her own faults. This does happen. The next sign is she gossips about you to others. This happened a lot. This happened a lot, for real. She does gossip about me, creating a negative image of you. And when I mean this happens all the time, she likes to gossip and tell people what she wants to tell people, and make it look like I'm at fault, and make people think that I'm making people think that I'm a bad person. Trust me, and it does happen a lot of time because she create that negative image of me by telling people that, which I have to tell myself, like, I didn't. If I know I didn't do anything, why am I gonna answer to a person? If I didn't do anything, why should I take it in myself to say anything? You know. The next one is she manipulates family members to get them to take her side, and that's another thing too. My narcissistic mother manipulates other family members to get them on her side when they don't even know the full story. You see, and the thing is this. My narcissistic mother did it with my aunt and other people as well to make it look like I'm at fault. So she manipulates them and let them to be on her side. So this does that too. The next sign is she turns other relatives against you when you try to set boundaries. This does happen. Every time I try to set boundaries, she turns my sister against me. She turns other people against me. So I say, you know what? If she want to do it, stay far away from me. You know what I mean? The next sign is she tells others false stories to gain sympathy. This does happen. She uses siblings or relatives to spy on you. Yes, this does happen because she sent my sister to spy on me. That's why I'm going to be honest with you. There is camera here. Oh yeah. I'm going to be real blunt honest right now. There's camera here, y'all. When I mean camera, a camera that I don't even know. You know how I know? The Holy Spirit told me that there's a camera. There's a camera here. See? Now tell me, how in the world would I know there's a camera? See, exactly. It was the Holy Spirit that told me that there is a camera that is. The Holy Spirit said you're being watched. We understand that God is watching, but I'm saying, like literally in a negative way. The Holy Spirit said in a negative way. And the next sign is she withholds financial support as a means of control, and that I can attend to that. And I'm gonna say this. Make a long story short on this one. My narcissistic mother stole about a certain amount of funds from me. She took about probably over 50 grand. Guys, I had enough that could last me for 2026, 2027. She stole all my money that I've earned for the past, yeah, if you know where I'm going with that. The next sign is she punishes you by turning others against you. My narcissistic mother does this. She controls family dynamics by instigating drama. She encourages others to criticize you. And this happens to other people criticizing me for stuff that I don't know what. Sometimes I have to tell, and this happens a lot. And sometimes I have to tell myself, I would be like, excuse me, what the hell I do to you? I didn't do you nothing. So why you criticizing me for something that I didn't do? I ain't do nothing. So what the hell? You know what I mean? Sometimes at the time I look at the people who are criticizing me. So my narcissistic mother encourages others to do it. So it's like crazy. The next sign is she pressures you to act against your values to please her. She plays favorites, often putting you down to lift up a sibling. This happens a lot. She encourages competition between you and your siblings. She gives preferential treatment of a favored sibling. She compares you unfavorably to your siblings. She pits siblings against each other for her amusement. This does happen to me a lot too. Even my sister. Yeah, my sister so that's another story time. The next sign is she invalidates your accomplishments by praising another sibling. This does happen to me a lot. She used favoritism as a form of punishment. This does happen to me a lot. She sets siblings against you to isolate you. This does happen to me a lot. She excuse me. She downplays or dismisses conflicts between you and a favored sibling. This does happen. She fails to intervene in sibling abuse or bullying. Yes, this happens a lot too. You know, many things happen to me, and she fails to intervene. I know. You feel like you're constantly seeking her approval, but never getting it. You doubt your own worth or abilities because of her criticism. Next sign is you find it difficult to trust others or form close relationships. And to be honest with you, I got trust issues, y'all. For real. Yeah, for real. I got trust issues. You're left feeling responsible for her happiness and well-being. The next sign is you often feel guilty or ashamed without a clear reason. You have a strong fear of failure, driven by her unrealistic standards. You feel emotionally drained after spending time with her. You have low self-esteem or self-doubt as a result for her words. You have difficulty expressing your emotions or needs due to fear of judgment. And last but not least, you feel like you can never do enough to make her happy. If these signs resonate with you, know that you're not alone. And guys, all of these that I mentioned, all these signs, it does resonate with me. So if it resonates with you too, you're not alone. The first step to healing is acknowledging that you've been through what you've been through. It's essential to set boundaries, seek support, and practice self-care. If you found this episode helpful and you want more information about this topic, hit that like button and subscribe for more content like this. Credit content could around narcissistic parents, especially mothers, is a topic that resonates with many people. So I'm going to give you some resources that I can be able to develop for you guys. I will be doing a YouTube series on title ideas such as Understanding Narcissistic Mothers, Eating from Narcissistic Abuse, Surviving Narcissistic Parent, or Setting Boundaries with Narcissistic Mothers. And the episodes is going to be focusing on in-depth topics such as psychological impacts of a narcissistic mother, and how to establish boundaries, dealing with guilt and manipulation, healing from emotional trauma, and recognizing patterns in other relationships. And there will also be an interview series. I will be bringing on some psychologists, family counselors, or survivors to share their experiences and coping strategies. I will be putting together an ebook or a guide on 100 signs you have a narcissistic mother and how to heal. I will be doing that, and I know that for sure. And this ebook is going to lead as a magnet to premium resource to offer deeper insights beyond the YouTube videos. I will be doing blog posts and articles. I got some topic ideas that I will be let you guys know about. I will let you guys know about them. You gotta make sure you follow me on all the social media platforms, and make sure you are in the community tab, because I will be posting topic ideas. I will be doing a podcast series, and the episode ideas will be also in the community tab as well. So I will let you guys know about that. There will also be interview experts I will have on, like psychologists, therapists, or authors who specialize in family dynamics and narcissistic abuse. I will be doing some printable resources. There will be a self-assessment worksheet, and all that information was going to be in the community tab, and it's going to be on social media platform as well. And make sure you join the mailing list for all this information, and it's going to be on the community tab as well. There will be journaling prompts, and so I will be doing all of that. And another thing that I'll be creating is online courses and workshop. That will be putting together a course. The course title, all of that is going to be in the community tab as well. So everything that you need to know is going to be on the, and what I'll be offering is structured lessons, interactive worksheets, and guided meditations or live Q&A sessions. There's also will be a social media series on Instagram and Facebook and TikTok, and I will give you more information all about that in the community tab. So make sure you're going on the community tab to see what I will be creating. I will also be creating a support group and a community forum. There's going to be a private group in Facebook. I will be putting together a Facebook group, and there will be a live chat. I will give you more information. That will be in social media, and it's going to be on Patreon as well. So make sure you're going on Patreon. Make sure you're going on the community tab. I also will be creating healing and empowerment resources. I will be doing some self-care guides and book and recommendations. All that information will be in the community tab as well. So all of that, everything that you need to know is going to be there. And last but not least, merchandise and digital products, which I already put together. That's in the merch store. There's going to be printable self-checking charts and boundary setting worksheets, and merch ideas about self-love and boundary reminders or quotes for survivors. Guys, if these, by developing this comprehensive suite of these resources, you're not only provide value content, but also foster a sense of support and healing for your audience. Thank you so much for joining in. Thank you so much for hearing everything that I will be creating. Thank you so much for listening to this episode. Thank you so much. I'm your host, Reverend Danny Kadi Fishking, and you are watching Powerful Moments Podcast. Thank you so much, and I'm signing out.